Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Near Native English lesson. My name's Johnny, and today we'll be taking a look at episode 4, Cripples, Bastards and Broken Things. But let's not waste any time and get right into the lesson.
We have visitors.
I don't want to see anyone.
Really? If I was cooped up all day with no one but this old bat for company, I'd go mad. Anyway, you don't have a choice. Rob's waiting.
I don't want to go.
Neither do I. But Rob's Lord of Winterfell, which means I do what he says and you do what I say.
Okay, so in this scene, Bran is stuck in his bedroom and Theon walks in and says, "If I was cooped up all day with no one but this old bat for company, I'd go mad." So let's take a look at cooped up. So cooped up is an adjective that describes when you are kept in a place which is too small or that doesn't allow much freedom, as if you are in a coop, just like the chicken coop here. It's similar to the words locked up, restricted, or confined. So for example, you might have the feeling of being cooped up inside the house, in your bedroom, or maybe you've spent too many hours at work and you feel cooped up in your office.
The breath of the greatest dragon fought the Iron Throne, which the usurper is keeping warm for me. The swords of the vanquished, 1,000 of them, melted together like so many candles.
So here we have Viserys talking about the Iron Throne, when he says, "The swords of the vanquished, 1,000 of them, melted together like so many candles." So let's check out vanquish. So vanquish is a verb that means to defeat someone completely in battle or a competition. Think of the words defeat, conquer, or annihilate. So for example, you might vanquish your enemies in a war, or you might vanquish your opponent in sport, or if you're unlucky, you might be the one to be vanquished by your opponent or your enemy.
I have been Grand Maester for many years. Kings and hands have come to me for advice since...
What did John want the night before he died?
Oh, he came inquiring after a book.
A book? What book?
I fear it would be of little interest to you, my lord. A ponderous tome.
No. I'd like to read it.
So in this scene, Ned Stark wants to have a look at the book that the Hand was reading before he died. And Pycelle replies, "Oh, I fear it would be of little interest to you, my lord. A ponderous tome." So let's have a look at the word ponder. So ponder is a verb that means to think about or reflect on something carefully, especially before making a decision. It's similar to consider, contemplate, or think over. So for example, you might ponder deeply or seriously about a certain question or the meaning of something, or you might ponder about what to do in a certain situation or the implications of doing something. And you might even ponder about the future and all the possibilities that lay ahead. So you might have noticed Pycelle refers to the book as a tome. So a tome is just a big heavy book that's usually important.
Did he say anything to you during his final hours?
Nothing of import, my lord. Oh, there was one phrase he kept repeating. The seed is strong, I think it was.
The seed is strong. What does that mean?
A dying mind is a demented mind, Lord Stark. For all the weight they're given, last words are usually as significant as first words.
So in this scene, Ned and Pycelle are still discussing the King's Hand when Pycelle says, "The dying mind is a demented mind, Lord Stark." So let's take a look at demented. So demented is an adjective which can describe having a type of mental illness. For example, when you get old and you start to forget things and forget people. And it can also be used to describe behavior that is crazy or insane. Think of the words crazy, mad, or out of your mind. So some examples we might have are a demented patient with a demented mind, or you might have a demented scientist or a demented genius. And on the other hand, you might have a demented killer or a demented psychopath, just like the Joker in Batman.
He said he'd be glad to talk to the hand himself. He's a knight, you see.
Ah, a knight. They strut around like roosters down here. Even the ones who've never seen an arrow coming their way.
You shouldn't be out here, my lord. There's no telling who has eyes where.
Let them look.
So in this part, Ned says, "Ah, a knight. They strut around like roosters down here, even the ones who've never seen an arrow coming their way." So let's have a look at strut. So strut is a verb that means to walk in a proud and sometimes arrogant way, usually with your chest out and head held high to impress the people around you. It's similar to the words swagger, prance, or walk confidently or walk arrogantly. So the more positive meaning of strut, we might talk about a model that struts down the runway. We also say things like strut your stuff, which is kind of like show us what you got, show us your talent, your skill, whatever. And in terms of the more negative meaning of strut, we might refer to someone that struts around like a rooster or a peacock or a turkey because of their arrogant attitude. And that's gonna do it for today's lesson. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. But as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.